So the director Henry reached out to us and said that he wanted to use this production of Twelfth Night to explore the relationship between gender identity and love, and how our gender identities can affect our relationships. And he also wanted to put a special focus on the contrast between what is expected of us and what our hearts ask of us. And as a queer artist, I was really excited by this approach. So I tore into the knowledge that I have about queer history, and my research, of course, took me back to New York and the Stonewall riots. But at the same time, I was still looking into this idea of contrast that Henry was talking about and wondering how I could incorporate that into the design. And I was eventually drawn to the contrast between man made places and nature, which, when coupled with my Stonewall, New York research, that led me to look at the setting of Central Park. So, our final design is inspired by some of the architecture there and the idea that this green, romantic park exists within the bounds of this larger modern city. So the nature of our performances lately with the coronavirus are that everything has gone digital. So I have been addicted lately to using the software Procreate to create my digital renderings and sketches rather than relying on traditional sketchbooks and thumbnails. I think in our new era of Zoom productions and long distance design, being able to sketch digitally is a very important skill, and it's difficult to get the hang of when you're first starting out. So it's important to practice, and I spend hours and hours sketching on my iPad at this point. I think the most rewarding aspect of scenic design is the fact that we get to create entire worlds. Of course, the best scenic designs give you the illusion that the setting expands past the boundaries of what you see on stage. It's as if the audience is just looking at a small piece of the world that your characters are in. And I've always been a fan of world building in novels and Dungeons and Dragons and creative storytelling like that in general. And when I became a scenic designer, I got to use those skills on a whole different level, no longer just like building worlds with words, but actually creating tangible set pieces that people could see and interact with.